Hey kids, and happy summer holidays. Yes, you've made it to July. Well done. I'm sure you're all glad that homeschooling has now finally finished and you can now enjoy a well-earned and a well-deserved summer break. Big well done to all the mums and dads too. Kids Church is actually changing things up a little bit, so you will have seen today that there's just one video, but the reason we've done that is so that you can actually watch Kids Church wherever you are over the next few weeks during the summer. Hopefully that might even mean being on the beach. I have a question for you today. Who loves superheroes? I know I do, and I know in my house everybody loves superheroes too. There are loads of stories in the Bible about people who saved the day by defeating an enemy, just like superheroes do. But actually, instead of using superpowers, these people that we read about in the Bible suited up with God's armour and relied on His power to help them. One thing that we definitely can say for all heroes that we read about or watch on our TVs is that they use their superpowers and their super suits to protect themselves and to defeat the enemy. In the same way, we are in a battle, aren't we? And it's against an enemy that we know and have heard about called the devil. And God has given us something that's full of His power that can actually protect us and help us. It's called the armour of God. And we can read all about this armour in the book of Ephesians chapter 6 in the Bible. So over the next few weeks in this new summer series, it's called Sit Up. We're very excited, but we're going to be teaching you how and why we actually all need to sit up with God's armour. Next, after this, we are going to worship God together and we're going to be singing our new theme song, which is full of truth and very exciting. Then after our worship comes our story, and today it's found in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17. It's actually about a boy named David. I think you'll know the story. He did something heroic because he put on all of God's armour.
We're gonna run, we're gonna fly, shake the ground, touch the sky. We wanna learn, we wanna grow. Come on everyone, let's go. We're gonna run, we're gonna fly, shake the ground, touch the sky. We wanna learn, we wanna grow. Come on everyone, let's go. Let's go heroes! Let's go heroes! Let's go heroes! Let's go heroes! Let's go! We're gonna jump, we're gonna climb, we're gonna stop, then high five. We wanna learn, we wanna grow. Come on everyone, let's go. Let's go heroes. Let's go heroes. Let's go heroes. Let's go heroes. Can you love the world you see? Can you go to those in need? Can you help to save the day? So what do you say? Let's go heroes! Let's go heroes! Let's go heroes! Let's go heroes!
Let's go! Good day, Go Team! I just heard the call from Vinny the Villain, and it looks like we have got some work to do. To find out how to stop Vinny, we need to look in the Superbook. The Superbook is the Bible. It tells us how to suit up with the armor of God so we can be strong and full of His power. If you want to hear a story from the Superbook, let me see you click on your super listening ears.
Click, click!
Now don't forget to put on your super eyes.
Zoop, zoop.
Great job, Go Team! Once there was a boy named David. David's big brothers were out fighting in King Saul's army. One day, David's dad told him to take some food to his brothers and check on them. So David set out on the journey to King Saul's camp. Go Team, let me see you pretend to walk with David. Great! Finally, David made it to camp. While he was there, he heard someone shouting from the other army. It was a giant named Goliath. No one in King Saul's army would fight Goliath because they were afraid. But David knew that God would help him. So he said, "I'll fight him. God will help me." King Saul wanted to keep David safe, so he put all of his armor on David. David told King Saul, "I can't go out there in all this armor." David knew that he didn't need the king's armor because he had on the armor of God. David had on his belt of truth, the armor of godliness, his good news boots, the shield of faith, his helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. When David suited up with all of these and remembered to pray, God filled him with power to win against evil. When David was ready to go, he picked up 5 rocks and his slingshot. He put a rock in his slingshot and began to swing it around and around. The rock flew through the air and hit Goliath in the head. Goliath fell to the ground with a great big thud. David was a superhero and won the battle against Goliath, all because he suited up with God's armor. You can be a superhero just like David when you go with God's armor too. Let me hear you say this after me. Go!
Go!
With God's
With God's
armor!
armor.
You've got it! We need to let Gabe know that he can put on all of God's armor and go have fun in the park today. Gabe and you need to know that when you suit up with the armor of God, you have the power to take a stand against any fear that comes your way. And you have the power to have fun! Go Team! This is where you come in. We need to zap the full armor of God to Gabe before Vinny the villain gets to him. Everyone, hold up your hero phones. On the count of 3, let's all zap God's armor to Gabe. 1, 2, 3, zap!
Aw, drat! That super book always helps you win!
Put on all of God's armour. Then you can remain strong against the devil's evil plans. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 11. Put on all of God's armour. Then you can remain strong against the devil's evil plans. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 11.